Hello, my name is Annie Hoodhit, and for my Week 7 presentation, I will be discussing personality assessment in employment decisions. Personality. Let's start off with understanding what personality means. Personality is the combination of characteristics of stable patterns of emotions, cognition, motivation, and behavior. Personality is how individuals react and interact with others. It's basically who you are. Personality assessment can be defined as the measurement and evaluation of psychological traits, states, values, interests, attitudes, worldview, sense of humor, cognitive and behavioral styles, and/or related individual characteristics. Personality assessments are questionnaires designed to expose characteristics of an individual. Now, personality assessments in the workforce. In the early 1990s, evidence shows that personality can predict job performance. Studies have shown that research when hiring over the past century has focused on the effectiveness of traits and assessment methods for predicting job performance. Job performance is a multi-dimensional construct which indicates how well employees perform their task, the initiative they take, and the resourcefulness they show in solving problems. Personality assessment is a key tool in the human resource department. It can help personnel when it comes to hiring, firing, promoting, transferring, and other related decisions. So the question is, why do employers use personality assessments in the workforce? Job-related competencies. Competencies reflect the knowledge, skills, self-concept, traits, and motives that relate to performance in a role. For the types of personality assessments used in the workforce, I'm going to discuss 3 of them for my presentation. So the following that I will be discussing is the Myers-Briggs Type Inventory, followed by the Predictive Index Survey, and last but not least, the Big 5, which is also known as the NEO. In 1943, Isabel Briggs Myers and her mother Catherine Briggs developed the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator. The Myers-Briggs Type Indicator is a self-report questionnaire designed to indicate psychological preferences in how people perceive the world and make decisions. Myers-Briggs asks questions on how people feel or how they act in certain situations. Myers-Briggs is a multiple-choice questionnaire that individuals can complete online or in a paper form. It has become one of the most widely used psychological measures currently in production. They are often referred as an abbreviation of 4 letters, indicating the 4 type preferences. Now in this slide, you see the 4 type preferences. The 4 preferences combine a total of 16 personality traits. The 4 letters that make up the personality type helps understand how individuals interact with others and helps them understand themselves. So we'll go ahead and get started on the left-hand side. You see the extroverts and the introverts, and that's how you focus your attention. Extroverts are energized people that enjoy a variety of tasks, a quick pace, and are good at multitasking. Introverts are usually the opposite. They like working alone or in small groups, and they like to focus on one task at a time. Then you have your thinkers and your feelers, and that's how you make your decisions. Thinkers tend to make decisions using a logical analysis. They usually like to weigh out their pros and their cons. Feelers tend to be sensitive and cooperative, and decide based on their own personal values and how the others will be affected by their actions. Then you have your sensors and your intuitives, and that's the way you take in information. Sensors are realistic people who like to focus on the facts and details and apply common sense and past experience to come up with practical solutions to a problem. Intuitives prefer to focus on possibilities and the big picture. They value innovation and seek creative solutions to problems. Last but not least is the judgers and the perceivers. And that's how you deal with the world. Judgers tend to be organized and prepared. They like to stick to the plans and are comfortable following most rules. Perceivers prefer to keep their options open. They like to be able to act spontaneously and like to be flexible when it comes to making decisions. So an example after someone takes the Myers-Briggs type indicator test would be the 4 letters like INTJ, which is an intuition, introversion, thinking, judging type person. The Myers-Briggs reliability and validity. Various studies investigated that the split half reliability coefficient for the Myers-Briggs scale reliability, it ranged from 0.8 to 0.90. Reliability is how consistently a test measures what it attempts to measure. A study was conducted to measure the Myers-Briggs along with a few other personality assessments. The retest that was conducted was slightly lower but was acceptable. Zumbo and Hobley stated, establishing validity is difficult because it is generally intertwined with the construction and verification of scientific theories. Now we'll go ahead and talk about the Predictive Index Survey. According to the science behind the Predictive Index, the Predictive Index Survey predicts personality characteristics and cognitive abilities to employers so they can predict workplace behaviors on the job. The assessment is taken online, and it can take an average about 6 minutes to complete. The assessment is not timed and not limited to multiple choice answers like other assessments. The assessment presents respondents with a list of adjectives and asks them to select the ones that they believe fit them and in their current role. The assessment is available in multiple formats. It's on paper format and also online, and the assessment is available in over 70 languages. So with the Predictive Index Survey, it measures 4 factors. Factor A is the dominance. It measures the drive to expert influence on people and events. Factor B is the extroversion. It measures the drive for the social interaction. Factor C is the patience. It measures the intensity of a person's tension and pace. Factor D measures the formality. It measures the drive to conform to formal rules and structure. The reliability and validity for the Predictive Index Survey that was used was a test, retest reliability for the PI behavioral assessment has been evaluated in multiple studies, with results showing strong stability in intervals. The PI has been evaluated multiple times over the past years for test, retest reliability, as well with the studies showing test, retest parallel form estimates, and those were usually between 0.71 and 0.81. Multiple construct validation studies have been conducted through the years comparing behavioral assessment factors to relevant scales in well-established normal personality assessments. Now we'll go ahead and discuss the Big Five. The Big Five measures the following 5 personality dimensions. Extroversion taps in the aspects of sociability, assertiveness, activity, and talkativeness. Neuroticism. It's the emotional stability, such as fear, sadness, embarrassment, anger, guilt, and disgust. Openness. Having an active imagination, attentive to inner feelings, and intellectual curiosity. Agreeableness. Interpersonal tendencies, sympathetic to others and eager to help them, and in return believes that the others will be equally helpful. Conscientiousness is active process of planning and organizing and basically carrying out the task. Keep in mind that everyone has these personality traits to a certain degree. The Big Five factors of personality can effectively predict job performance, thus can be used for personnel selection. It consists of only 44 items, which makes it relatively quick to administer. Various studies and meta-analysis show that the various Big Five personality dimensions are related to job performance. HR often uses the Big Five to help place employees. That is because the dimensions underline traits that make up an individual's overall personality. Conscientiousness is one of the best predictors of job performance in the United States of America. Personality assessment use construct validity. Construct validity is a connection between a test, trait, and job performance. Employers must complete a job analysis for each position. A job analysis is important and must be completed because it identifies relative behaviors. There are at least 3 meta questions that job analysis can ask, and they are as follows. What is done on the job? What should be done on the job? And what will be done on the job? The job analysis helps identify the knowledge, skills, and ability needed to perform the job. Personality assessment in the workforce. Unlike many measures of cognitive ability, personality measures typically do not have an adverse impact on disadvantaged employees. It can enhance fairness in personal decisions. Recent research showed that personality dimensions are related to job performance. Personality assessments in employment decisions. Employers usually conduct personality assessments to understand their employees. Employers conduct them because they want to understand them and learn what motivates them, how to communicate with them. In doing this, you will understand these things about your employees and can help lowering the turnover rate, higher productivity, increase employee engagement levels. When personality fits the job, culture, and team, all these benefits will be realized. You will see more employee engagement. For example, some companies use the assessments to make sure they find the best fit candidate for their opening position. Let's say company ABC is seeking an energetic receptionist. This position is high volume, and basically it's the face of their company. So they do this predictive index survey or any assessment for this position. And what they do is they come back with resumes and the assessments, and they want to make sure that they do hire someone that is more of an extrovert versus an introvert, someone that can handle multiple tasks at once. So an extrovert is the best fit for this receptionist position versus an introvert for this position. Because the introvert is mostly not as bubbly and cannot multitask and will be stressed in a position that is high level, since they like to work at one task at a time. Personality assessment can also help employers with their employees in their career development. Using these assessments for employees that are already in the position can help them determine their career path. Not everyone that's in the position has those personality traits that really go with the job, and they might succeed more in a better position that fits their personality traits. There are no right or wrong answers when it comes to taking the personality assessments, and these personality assessments are starting to be more and more common in the workforce when applying for positions. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed this presentation on personality assessments and employment decisions. On the next 2 slides, they will be the references that were used for this presentation.